Machines by Kitty the Robo-Cat. Chapter 1 The Job. April 24, 1985. Paul was excited. He just got a new night job with his best friend Robert. He got changed into his uniform and headed to his car and drove off to his new job, humming along to the radio and tapping the steering wheel. He spotted his best friend Robert outside his house. He honked the horn, which made Robert jump. "Hey Robert, why aren't you in uniform? Our job starts soon," Paul said, waving outside his car window. What, Paul, you're not really thinking about doing this job, are you? It's dangerous," Robert snapped. "Come on, Robert, you don't really believe all those stories, do they? Just a bunch of horse poo. Stop being a scaredy cat and get in the car," Paul replied jokingly. Robert looked down and walks back into his house. "You can do it by yourself. I'm not risking my life for minimum wage," Robert said as he shut his door behind him. Paul just shrugged and drove off to Circus Baby Pizza World. Once he got there, he parked his car and headed into the building. The place looked completely abandoned. Everything was covered in dust and there was cobwebs and holes everywhere. Paul headed to the elevator and headed inside. Paul saw that there was another person inside the elevator. "Hello, are you here for the night shift as well?" Paul said, holding his hand out. "Oh yes, my name's Max. It's nice to meet you," Max said, shaking Paul's hand. The elevator stopped and the doors opened. The two co-workers step out the elevator and headed to Funtime Auditorium. "I guess we're both preparing Funtime Foxy tonight," Paul laughed. "Yeah, I guess. Should make the job go faster," Max replied. Paul looked up at the Funtime Foxy animatronic. He heard rumors that this was the most dangerous animatronic, but yet there it was standing on its stage, smiling and posing completely lifeless. "Hey, can you go see if there's any drinks in the break room? I'm kinda thirsty," Max said. "Sure," Paul replied before heading off to find the break room. It seemed like Paul was searching for a break room for an hour. Eventually he gave up and went back to Funtime Auditorium. "Hey Max, I couldn't find any drinks or the break room," Paul said. "No one said anything back though, Max," Paul called out. Still no response. He walked towards Funtime Foxy's stage. Slowly he looked around and saw that the Funtime Foxy animatronic was gone. Did his co-worker take it and run off while he was looking for the break room? Was Max not a worker and a robber, but he had the uniform? Before Paul could get any answers or ask any more questions, he felt something squish against his foot. So he looked down, but he wished he didn't. End of chapter 1.